Today I'm in the kitchen and I'm going to complete my first goal of 2014, and that is to bake a loaf of bread. I have to admit I'm a little nervous about doing this. I've never baked a loaf of bread before, or really baked much in general, and to know that I'm filming it, I feel like the pressure's on, so wish me luck. So here's my whole operation. I got the KitchenAid mixer, which is going to come in handy. Got the bread pan. This is going to come in later, and then here's all my ingredients, which is the important thing. Unbleached all-purpose flour, got salt, milk, butter, which you see in there, honey, yeast, and then this is the rest of my stuff that I'll be working on. I'll put the link in the description below for the recipe that I'm using. It's from browneyedbaker.com, and it's for American sandwich bread. It looks like a pretty simple recipe, so hopefully I can turn this into something. Step one is to preheat the oven to 200 degrees. You let that heat for 10 minutes, and then you turn off the oven. The next step is to mix 3½ cups of flour and 2 teaspoons salt into the bowl of my standing mixer fitted with the dough hook, which is what this is right here. 1, 2, 3, and a half. There's 1 teaspoon of salt and 2. In this bowl I did 1 cup warm milk, 1/3 cup warm water, 2 tablespoons butter, 3 tablespoons honey, and 1 envelope of the instant yeast. Now we start getting into uncharted territory. I have to turn the mixer on and then take the stuff from that bowl and add it slowly to the mixer as it runs. I've never even used this mixer before, so this should be interesting. Here we go. I think I have to raise that up like that. That's locked into place. I'm going to start this very slowly. Oh, already off to a bad start. This isn't really my idea of being self-sufficient, but it sure makes life easy. It says to let this go for about 10 minutes, so I'm going to do that now. Here's what I ended up with. That looks hopefully pretty good. I'm not sure what it's supposed to look like when it's done, but it did its job. And now the next step is to turn the dough into a lightly floured work surface needed to form a smooth round ball. So I have that ready and we're going to do that next. It seems to be cracking apart quite a bit. That's my ball. I'm kind of worried about the cracks, and I don't know if that's normal or not. It doesn't say in the recipe, but I'm sure we'll find out. The next step is to place the dough in a very lightly oiled large bowl, rubbing the dough around the bowl to coat it lightly. Cover the bowl with plastic wrap and place in the warmed oven until the dough doubles in size, which is 40 to 50 minutes. As you can see here, I have the oil in there. I'm just going to rub that all around the outsides. The dough ball is going in. I said to rub it around so it gets a little bit of oil on it. And finally, the plastic wrap going on top. And that goes into the oven. That'll be in there for 45 to 50 minutes. The oven is turned off. Well, I guess there's going to be a lot of downtime with this, but it gives me some good time to clean up my mess. That's going to be fun. Look at all this. Yikes. Here's the reveal after 45 minutes in the oven. It grew quite a bit. Alright, so there's the bread, and I'm supposed to form this into a rectangle that's no longer than the bread pan. It says 1 inch thick. This seems like it's going to be a little bit longer than that. Okay, next it says to roll the dough into a cylinder, which I'm not really quite sure what that means, but I think it's something like this. And it said to pinch this together so the dough sticks to itself, which this dough doesn't seem to really want to do that, so maybe I'll just roll it around like this. Hopefully you can still see that in the lens there. That looks good to me. Next I'm going to take the cylinder that I made with the crease side down and put it into a greased bread pan, which I bought on Amazon. So that is that, and now next I have to cover that with plastic and let it sit for 20 to 30 minutes or until it doubles in size, which that is going to be humongous. That is really getting big. Okay, we're on the final stretch. Here's what we're looking at. Got the bread. It definitely rose since I put it in there. You can see it's a little bit higher than what the plastic was. Got water boiling there, and what they want you to do is take a baking sheet, and I'm going to take that water from there and put it in there, and then the bread's going to sit in here for the next 50 minutes, and that'll be the last step of the bread. Here's the bread ready to be baked, and this will be in there for the next 50 minutes. Here we go for the big reveal. There it is. Looks nice and golden brown, nice loaf of bread. And now I just have to wait for it to cool to room temperature, and then we get to eat it. It cooled fairly quickly, so now let's cut into this and see what we have here. Cut the end piece off, which should be the crust. Ooh, that looks great. Look inside there. Here's the inside of the bread. Looking very white, plump, and delicious. Now it's time for the moment that I've been waiting for, and that's to actually try the bread. As you can see, I put a bunch of butter on there. It melted right in there because the bread was still warm, and it just looks glorious. So let's finally try this. That is glorious bread. Just awesome. So my final thoughts on the bread, it took a while to make. The recipe was pretty simple, just a lot of different steps and a lot of downtime. As you can see, there was times where it was like 30, 40, 50 minutes that you have to wait until you can do the next step. But the end result, I mean, this is just great bread, and I'm definitely going to be doing more of this. So thanks for watching me complete my first goal of 2014, and there'll be plenty more to come. You want to try my bread? What do you think? Fluffy, airy, delicious? You are like the worst food critic ever.